Perhaps Otari did not fall, even as the very walls of Gauntlight were brought down upon him. Just as this brings a glint of hope to the heroes, Gauntlight begins to reveal the terrifying depth of my power.
Hey everybody, it's time to roll for intent. I'm your GM, Trevor, and I got the whole crew here today.
I want to point out that we can now hear the music, so we couldn't up until this episode, and now we all rock out super hard whenever it plays.
It's particularly impressive how Jake just really gets into the headbanging.
Oh,
Jake
yeah.
Jake has a severe amount of hair.
Yeah.
It's unwieldy.
I literally can't tighten my headphones tight enough, so I have to hold them on while I headbang.
I remember when I worked for a company delivering DME to like AFC homes and nursing homes that I would...
That was several
Constantly.
TLAs that I don't understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Not everyone's in.
All right, so
DME, is that like Diet DMT?
Yeah, otherwise...
Yeah, so I was there with the FBI, the DICK, the USA, the FDA.
So anyway, DME is durable medical equipment, which for my company, I just delivered like hospital beds and oxygen machines and oxygen tanks.
That sounds
commodes.
heavy,
It was.
They're not.
It was
little.
pretty ass.
Both physically and emotionally.
I'm 6'2", Joe.
You are?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you look little.
It's just the camera, I guess.
Distance, yeah.
You are going to shit yourself when you meet Micah in real life.
Joe, we're not actually tiny people, okay? We're normal size. We just look small.
We just look
like
like this on
the
the
screen.
computer.
Oh,
Why don't I look small on
this
my
is so
camera?
confusing.
Because your
help you
camera
there,
is
Todd.
satellite, Todd. That's
Nothing
why.
can help you there.
Todd, you and I have been stung by bees on our feet, apparently.
That's how I get my rosy cheeks.
So, no, but when I was delivering DME on the last day that I worked there, I went to a nursing home on the south side of town, and I had to just deliver cannulas. So, like the oxygen tubes that go into your nose. They don't like go inside your nose; they just kind of rest there, so you can breathe and stuff when you don't breathe on your own. And I gave them to her, and it's not like my job to show them how to use the equipment, but like I did anyway, because who's just going to walk into the room and be like, all right, see ya, and then just like walk out. So I was just telling her like, oh, this is a cannula. She's been here for some time. She probably already knows that, but I was just doing my due diligence. But she's really not paying attention to me. She's just kind of staring at me, like right into me. And I'm trying to not make eye contact. And then halfway through what we were saying, she was just like, how long you been growing that ugly hair? And I was like, like 3 or so years, something like
You
that.
should have
It's
been like, I've never grown ugly hair.
Exactly. Well, so here's the thing. When I was doing that job, that's when I got like the most customer backlash, because I look a certain way. I have long hair, and most of the people that are in the range of dying right now lived in a time period where long hair was like not cool. So I get that quite a lot going through like AFC homes and nursing homes, and people will be like, I had one dude like in a wheelchair telling me that his mom would have taken me into the back with a switch and beat my ass because I had long hair. And I was just like, right on, I'm down with it. And normally like how I deal with that, one is to just like brush it off and not immediately engage, because what they want is for me to be super upset. And if I'm not, that makes them even more upset. And I feed on that. Second of all,
like,
counter-trolling.
Your mom's going to spank me. Is she hot?
Second of all, the best part, not the best part, really I had the mindset going into every single one of these things that if somebody was a dick to me, that they're probably going to die in the next 6 months. So who's really winning here?
Oh my God.
Hey, no, that helps me every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, because those were some of the worst customers. I've worked exclusively in like customer, like in a position where I have to deal with the customer directly in my product,
providing home health care assistance.
Not anymore.
The good news is
It wasn't-
those people are going to die.
Yeah, eventually. And what it's worth, like, also the customers were still the best part of that job, because that job was ass, and I really didn't enjoy hauling around like hospital beds that barely fit together with wheels that don't fucking work. But
Striker, because life is a nightmare.
But yeah, this lady was just like, how long did it take you to grow this ugly hair? And I was like,
that
I don't know, 3
hospital
years.
brands.
And she was like, in my experience, a lot of the people that have long hair, queer.
Are you now?
So I just
That was an
know a
astute
lot of gay
observation.
people,
of hers.
right?
so I
Do you also
evidently
not have a doghouse?
So I was just standing over her, and she says that to me, and she's making eye contact, and I don't say a word because I want her to own that sentence. I'm not going to respond to that. I'm just going to look like, really? Like, that's what you're going to say? That's how we're doing this? And she was like, probably should have said that. But it's true.
So wait, are you?
My girlfriend says no. That being
What about
said,
your girlfriend's boyfriend?
and so the thing is like I immediately after that she was just like, well, she was mad about some other piece of equipment, and she was also very obviously like couldn't see very well as well. So she was like trying to turn a light on, and she was like, come help me like figure out how this works, and like started to get like aggressive. So I was just like, okay, give me a sec. And I turned and walked out of the room, and she's like, hey, wait, hey, come back here. And I just walked out, and I was like, hold on, I'll be right back. Then I walked down the hallway, and I found a nurse, and I was like, so there's this woman at the end of the hallway that just called me a queer. And she's like, Dorothy? And I'm like, Dorothy. And she's like, I got it. And then I just walked out of the building.
As you were walking, I would have been like, hold on, sorry, I got to go do gay things, and just kept walking.
I need to go indoctrinate the youth.
The best part is that like I never did do anything like that, but in the back of my mind, if I ever did get ballsy enough to be really shitty to a customer and they're like, did you say this? Like, no. Because who are they going to believe? The dementia patient or me?
This is the first release of the new year.
Is it?
This is January 3rd, 2022.
God, being married is so cool, guys. It feels awesome.
Literally nothing has changed in my life.
You got a job.
Today is my 13th anniversary.
Congratulations.
Lucky number 13.
Very nice.
Okay.
2 more to go.
In like 2.5 weeks, it'll be my birthday.
That has the same energy as telling somebody, have a nice day versus enjoy the next 24 hours.
It's all about delivery. It's just like how Pharasmans and like the Voices of the Spire will always be like, may tonight not be your night, which is just them saying, hope you don't die.
Hey listeners, it's Joe from Roll for Intent with some cool news. You may have noticed when downloading this episode, we have a new podcast logo. Those changes go more than skin deep though. We've also completely reworked our website for the new year. Come check it out at rollforintent.com. We've got a new blog there and a fancy Discord link so you can check out our community right from the website. We're really excited about it and we hope you enjoy it too. But now, let's get back to the show.
So, gentlemen, last week, things happened. You had just defeated the Zebub Zazalarian, and he shared with you a vision of what Yosef was able to recognize as Otari, fleeing a pile of rubble into the washroom that you had found that spirit that you attempted to chase down the hallway.
You know, originally I wondered how he just got up out of the rubble and immediately started killing shit, and then I remembered he's a rogue and he probably made his reflex save.
That soul flashback that I had to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You came in clutch. You continued to explore. You found a torture room, and Yosef's training and his experience was able to help him find not one, but 2 secret doors, one of them leading to a strange elevator that led to the next floor down 30 feet below. They continued to a room that was, from all appearances, directly beneath the Gauntlight itself, and it was the carcass of a great purple worm. There was this beam of negative energy that they found out was negative energy, shooting through the floor to the ceiling that Yosef got a little close to and melted his hand ever so slightly. Just a little consensual melting between friends. Continued south into a narrow hallway. 6 sarcophagi on the walls. And as Yosef once again was ranging forward to scout, something came from the darkness at him. And I think I'm going to share with you right now what that was. Give you a little
picture.
Look at this thing.
Please no.
Do it. Can I see it?
I don't like
Worse
this at
than I
all.
expected. Yeah, no, this is not good.
Why is she
it's not
wearing?
That's the
She's
show
wearing
bits
like
familiar,
business
Joe.
Suit.
She's wearing a
She's wearing
pantsuit.
business. Yeah,
It's very odd.
Is that
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton?
Oh my God, that's Hillary Clinton. That's her.
No.
That's
Oh my
her
God.
real form.
I mean,
Oh my God,
the eyes
Hillary
are on,
Clinton.
but the rest of it doesn't look like Hillary.
You found
haircut.
my emails. Now you must die.
We found the cache of buttery mails, guys. They're going to give us the slip.
Pokemon, get out of here!
He is just wearing like a business coat, and there
It's
looks
like
like
a
no
business
pants.
coat
No,
and then
I
like
think you're right.
real
There's
tight
no-
leggings hiked all the way up. It's
Are
weird,
those
man.
leggings?
Well,
Because
yeah,
I can
because
see every
her
single
kneecaps
bit
are
of definition.
defined, like
Yeah.
she's not wearing pants.
She
but
probably
then,
didn't skip leg day.
yeah.
Okay, well, she might not be
So
wearing
she's
pants,
wearing
but that's definitely
footies,
like
too.
a suit coat. What the fuck?
Yeah,
So
no,
a
it's
suit
or
coat,
pajama top.
and then
She
like-
looks like she works at a bank.
And like
Is that
skin
a
tight
headband?
footy bottoms.
Does she have a
What the
headband
hell's
on?
happening here?
Like, are those shoulder pads?
Oh, by the way, viewers, she's also completely made out of shadow with white eyes. Did we forget
Yeah.
that part?
yeah,
White
white
eyes.
flaming
Eyes.
eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burning
Yeah.
eyes.
Well, also, this is obviously some sort of a construct, right? Because now I can see that she's got like toenails, right? Like the bottoms of her feet are a different texture than the top
Well,
of the feet.
the token
And then
is
also-
way creepier. Holy shit. Why did
Yeah,
you send me
it's-
that?
spooky.
I got to zoom in all the way for this low poly image that's way scarier.
I'll get you a picture of that one pretty soon.
Oh, is this a different creature?
No. That's the same creature, but this is a story-specific version of this creature.
Oh, so this one is just like a bestiary picture?
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's more concerning because, like, the regular version is all, like, spindly and nightmarish, but this one's just a person, and that freaks me out more now.
Right? So, you know what this means, everyone.
Is it time?
It's time to roll for initiative.
She looks like a shade that has her head screwed on right.
Ooh, natural 4 for 12. That's great.
That is a 17.
Ooh, I rolled
It's
a.
not my turn.
16 for a 21.
Sweet Lord.
That's not a
I got
number,
a
Todd.
13 for a 19.
I rolled a 19.
Thought I'll fight you.
All right, and I did not do well at all. I rolled a natural 1.
Oh my god, I actually get to go before you.
Perfect.
That's huge.
Right?
And I have
say that.
Moonbeam.
So, this combat begins with our little kobold friend in the back, Kashak, the Gold. You are up.
I've been enjoying a leisurely walk through the lower levels of this dungeon, and I have no idea that anything's even happening, frankly.
In fact, what I'm going to do is, since it did reach out at you, I'm going to actually bring it out of where it is currently, so that you can see it, Kashak, because I think it would make sense that it stepped out after Yosef passed by. So you can see it down the hallway now, at least.
Oh.
Apsu's wings, what on earth is that?
That's a freaky. That is a very freaky thing.
So complete!
Yosef, behind you!
I'm aware!
All right. So, Kashak, you're up first. What does our golden kobold do?
I don't like the look of that at all. I'm gonna zap it.
Is that a reflex save for me?
Yes, it is. DC of 18.
All right. It's not a gimme for me, but this time it was. I crit succeeded. That's a 30 on my reflex.
Cool.
That's 2 of your actions.
Great job. Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm gonna yeet some help at somebody. I'm gonna cast some guidance. He's barely within range, but I'm going to cast guidance on Yosef.
Nice. All right, Billiam McThwompington Esquire the Third.
I don't think my dad's name was Billiam. I think it was only my grandpa.
Your grandpa's name was Walter.
Yeah, and his grandpa's name was Billiam.
Yeah,
So
which
you're
means
the
we
third.
fucked it all up. If you recall from way last week, i.e. yesterday, that I had drawn my great axe before moving into these spaces. So
Yes.
I already have my great axe drawn. I would obviously be frightened as soon as this thing came out from around the thing. I mean, I'm walking, I'm looking at Yosef, and all of a sudden, bam, grabs Yosef, and I just immediately, my senses take over and I begin raging. It's just sort of the first
Beautiful.
thing that I just can't even help it. It just happens, and it's just grabbed on to Yosef, correct?
It hasn't grabbed on. It's reaching
Okay,
out
it
for him,
hasn't.
though. It stepped out to do something to him.
Okay, then it has the form of seemingly a humanoid, correct? I mean, obviously it's all made of shadows.
It
but
looks like what I sent you, the woman in the
right, the
pantsuit.
first one. Right, okay.
It's a bank teller, killer.
Okay. Then actually,
It's Mary Kay.
can I rescind my rage for this and try and intimidate this thing first, and then if it doesn't work,
I mean, you
then
can
rage?
intimidate while you're enraged.
Oh, you can? I didn't.
Yeah,
I thought it was
it's not concentrate.
It's not concentrate.
There's a
Okay.
feat you can take to bonus that, actually.
All right, then intimidate this bad boy, that bad girl, I should say, and I'm gonna yell, "Hey, get away!"
You know
from
what?
him."
I am
Yeah.
wrong. You cannot demoralize. It has the concentrate trait unless
So
you have
that's
a feat that allows you to do it.
So I was hoping before the rage, because I just thought about this.
Okay, no, I
intimidate,
get it.
rage,
I see.
attack. All right.
Works for me. Works for
Okay,
me. Let's
perfect.
go for it.
Thank you. So I'd like to intimidate, and I would like to say, "Hey, get away from him!"
You bitch!
Get away from him, you bitch.
Hey, you, get your damn hands
You got
off
bigger
her.
fish to fry.
So, Ray, you're going to demoralize? Let's see what you got.
Yes, I got a 15.
Doesn't do it for you, and you cannot attempt to demoralize for the rest of the day on this creature.
That's what makes me so mad, which starts my rage.
Nobody listens to me!
God damn it! Just start raging. And I'm going to take a swing at it with my great axe. I'm
Try it,
raging.
you won't.
Yes, I am raging. And I am swinging. And I am getting a 5 for a 13.
I feel
a
like this
mess,
is
buddy.
the moment where Yosef turns around after the, "Hey, don't touch him," like, what? And then there's just an axe.
Sweeping through this thing. But Tovin, buddy, you are up. Can you bring the might of the caravan to bear against this creature of darkness?
Possibly, but I would like to start with some sort of check to reveal what exactly this thing is that we're
Yeah,
fighting.
let me get that for you. That's
Okay.
going to be a religion
Perfect.
for this thing.
Yeah, you want.
That's my spiritual wheelhouse.
All right, so this you recognize immediately as a shadow.
Ray, fucking run.
It's incorporeal undead,
Oh, no.
Oh, shit, this is my jam.
and it's quick.
That's perfect. That's not. I don't like that part. So I'm going to relay all this information. Everybody, watch out. She's quick. She's fast. And also, no. Does anybody have any sort of ghostly weapons?
And they will attempt to steal your shadow.
Oh,
Peter
Like
Pan?
Peter Pan.
That's what I
I was just going to say.
What I
Does that
said?
mean I'm going to be a boy forever? All right.
You got 2 more actions there, Tove.
Yeah. So I think that because of that, Tovin's going to cast Moonbeam.
There it is. There it is.
So this is the time to ask, 'cause I don't know if this has come up yet, but does the monster get like a bonus to their AC because Ray is directly in between Tovin and
Not for a
Yes.
spell.
Yeah, his Moonbeam is a spell attack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he gets minor cover.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Sorry.
I mean, not to be a Debbie Downer, but there's actually 2 people in between you and this monster.
Right,
so
exactly.
It's directly in front of you.
Be happy I'm only going to give her minor cover. Roll your spell attack, bud.
I hate you. I hate you all.
Sound grateful. Tech Daddy is kind.
All right. So for that, I rolled a 20.
You know, if not for that cover, it would have hit. But you missed.
All right. Thanks for rubbing the salt in.
You're welcome.
That's the end of my turn.
All right, Solus, the champion of Iomade, from Lastwall, sworn to destroy undead wherever he can find it. Can you destroy this undead?
We confirmed it is an undead.
Yes.
Okay.
Incorporeal undead, and you without a magical weapon.
Right. I already have Lucy drawn. What I'm going to do is take a step forward,
All right.
and what do I see to the left and to my right?
2
What are these things?
sarcophagi.
Okay. Are they in disrepair? Are they broken? Or
Nothing out of the ordinary about them.
then I am going to pull out my shield and raise it.
Nice.
And that's
All
just for
right,
my turn.
that's all 3 of your actions.
Yeah.
Yosef, you're up.
All right. Well, before everybody else went, what I wanted to do was tumble through and then end up on the other side of Billiam, because that would cost me more of my movement, and I move slower while doing that acrobatics check, so I would have just enough. But now Solus is there, and that is a lot of movement to tumble all the way through.
Yep.
So I am stuck in this end of the hallway.
Oh, God.
And my only option is to hang and bang. You mentioned this thing is undead and incorporeal?
Yes.
Wow. Well, guess who has a ghost touch weapon with a disrupt undead?
Is that
rune?
Ghost Touch?
Sure is, buddy.
Ooh.
Oh, because of your
Ghost Hunter.
Ghost Hunter.
Your connection to the Boneyard ensures that your blows strike true against spectral beings. Your weapons and unarmed attack strikes against incorporeal creatures, become magical. If they are already magical, like it is, they instead gain the effects of a Ghost Touch property rune.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
I got the whip. I'm gonna swing. Fuck tripping. It's going down. And I'm grabbing
All right.
the duck die that Alex got me, which rolled a natural 20 the first time I rolled it. It's going to carry me through. Fucking natural 15 for I got to look at my bonus again because I already forgot. 22.
And you have guidance.
23.
All right. So, because it is flat-footed, that's a hit, buddy.
Yeah. Because it's flat-footed.
Oh my god.
So this thing has an AC of like 24 normally.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
But you hit it. That's all that
I
matters.
did.
Doesn't matter, still fucked.
Let's see that dice damage.
Plus an additional D6. I'm sorry, that wasn't included in the macro. 16 points of damage.
Nice.
On the first attack.
Right. So, you have a Ghost Touch. So, yeah. Dang. That's nice. Good job, buddy. That,
I'm going to...
It looks surprised that you were able to do anything to it.
Yeah, Yosef has the whip and just strikes it across the back as it's turned to look at Billiam. And he's gripping very tightly onto his holy symbol. All right. I don't think I'm going to get an opportunity to trip this creature. So I'm going to try to hang and bang. Oh, fuck. I don't know if I want to do that. It's fast, so I know that reflex is its highest save, so I'm most certainly not going to trip this thing on my second attack. But its AC is like 22, so at this point, I have to roll a natural 20 to hit it, because I'll only have a +2 to my hit.
We need to run.
Shoot. Okay. I guess after successfully hitting it, I'm also going to try to demoralize this creature.
There you go. Go for it.
I only have a +4 to this, but Yosef is going to look at it as it turns and looks at him with surprise in its white burning eyes and say, "You should have never left the boneyard."
I'm actually going to give you a +2 circumstance on that, too.
+6. Gonna roll a natural 1. So that doesn't work.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything for you, buddy.
You should have never left the boner yard.
Should have never left the boner place.
Who are you? Why did you get here?
Should have never left the boner yard. That's the best.
Name of this episode.
I'm going to use my last action to take a step back. I want this thing to at least not be able to hit me 3 times if it's going to attack me, which it will. So I have 15 HP. Remember me for what I was. That's the end of my turn. Why is it gone?
Gone.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
disappeared
gone for me.
I
Oh,
still
sorry.
see
Oh,
it.
sorry. It was off of my screen for a second, and now it's back. Sorry.
Weird. Okay, so what it's going to do is it's going to take a step forward to you, Yosef. And it's going to reach out with a shadowy hand and attempt to strike.
I'm going to use Asephinus Tears.
All right, to give him shield, so that's a +1 to your AC, Yosef.
Yeah.
Does a 21 hit.
Yeah.
All right, you can use that shield block to take some damage off of this, though, right?
Okay.
It's got a hardness of 5, You can use a shield block action. The thing pops, but it'll take 5 points of whatever this damage is off.
All right, that'll be cool.
All right, so here comes 14 points of negative energy damage.
So 9 points of energy damage?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm still up.
It's going to attempt to hide in your shadow, Yosef.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
And
Oh,
it is
no.
now considered undetected. You know it's here, but you don't know exactly where it is, so it has a concealment bonus to it. So you have to seek in order to hit it, guys.
So that's like a waste of an action, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now what?
It is Kashek's turn.
Okay. Metagame. All of us get to go again before the creature does.
Yes. If you seek, so I'm going to give you, if you seek and you successfully seek it, you can point out where the creature is, right? I'm sorry, it's not undetected, it's hidden based on its... Okay, for this, you have to seek it because it's just hidden. When you seek it, you use an action, you immediately find where it is.
Does light in the area affect how that works, or do I know?
It would, yes. But there's no light in the area currently.
Well, there's about to be.
My God, dancing lights.
You seek and I'd roll a perception for you to see if you could see it after it's hidden. Sorry.
Right, I guess I'll roll a perception to see if I can see after it's hidden.
Okay, so you're going to attempt to seek, so let me go ahead and roll that for you.
Is there a way that I could do that in conjunction with an electric arc or something so that it provides light at the same time as I'm trying to seek? Obviously, it's going to be a full action, but I might be like...
You don't have like a light cantrip or something?
No. That's divine, I think.
Yep, it is.
I don't think... Well, Dancing Lights isn't.
No, but I don't
I
have
have a
it.
level 1 spell.
No, it's a cantrip. Dancing Lights is a level.
I think it's a level 1.
It's level 1, but I don't have it. And I couldn't cast it if I did.
Your seek, you couldn't quite make out where it is on your first action. And Electric Arc doesn't have the light trait, so it doesn't cast any explicit light, mechanically speaking.
It's hidden. I can't move forward and use my breath or anything like that. I'm going to cast Guidance on Tovin
Ooh.
Interesting.
because I have faith that his healing ability will come in handy here. And I'm going to cast Guidance
do anything.
on... Well, perception check, right?
Yep, that's
I'm
true,
gonna-
but that's tight for my economy here.
All right, I'm going to cast Shield on myself. Cool.
There you go. All right.
Turn.
Coward.
Coward? What am I supposed to do? Just charge down the fucking hallway and be like,
Yes.
Take off any armor that you could possibly be
Obviously a bad person. I'm not wearing any armor. I'm just stabbing at crevices. And there is holes.
I'm not the coward, it's you. So if that's how you're going to explain why you're a coward, go
no,
ahead.
I'm not a coward.
Billiam, you're up, buddy.
wearing. Why hasn't anyone punched him?
Why is no one hitting Joe?
I was talking about Trevor, but that's cool too.
I'll hit Trevor. It's fine. And then run.
So
My
I'm in a
reach is
pickle.
insane.
I was going to say Linky Kong's got reach.
Yeah, but you have like a 10-foot movement speed.
True.
I'm really thinking of what to do here. There's no point in running back. We're venturing forward in this, but if we move forward and this thing comes, we run into more bad guys, and then baiting. I am going to move. Will be my first action because I just lost sight of this thing, and while raging, I'm just sort of confused. So I'm going to move closer to Yosef.
It's still on the floor. It's in my shadow. Look for it. It's right there.
I guess I can seek. I can.
You cannot seek it as the concentrate trait.
Oh, shit. You're too mad for this.
I'm like, where the fuck did it go?
You could ready an action in case it...
I was just gonna say, I think I'm gonna move. Can I? Is this like suit of armor? I can zoom in with the page up and page down buttons.
So you can attempt to attack the space you think it's in, but there's a flat check that has to be made for the attack to connect.
So I guess this is my thought process then. So the room we're in has like little divots to the left and to the right. If I moved here, would I be able to still attack in that zone?
No.
I know. Okay.
If you move to the left, that there's too much of a corner there. It would have additional cover.
Well, then I think what my plan is, I want to move out of the way to get more people who can do more things than me into this space. So
you can move through people. You just can't end your turn on the same square as somebody else.
But I don't want to go on the other side of you either, because that's a dead end. So yeah.
Well, that and you would have to try to move through the creature square.
Exactly. So it's too many actions.
If you guys get out of the way, I can attempt to acrobatics my way around it through the darkness, since it's hiding in my shadow, and then try to run out of this room, because I have 6 HP. It's hiding in my shadow. My plan was on my turn was to, since Tobin was the one that made the check and evidently did it very well based on Trevor's reaction, to ask him specifically if the creature is stuck in my shadow or if it's just using my shadow to hide. Because if it's just using my shadow to hide, that implies that it's not like a part of my shadow. It's
not attached to your shadow. It's simply hiding in the shadow that you are casting.
That's what I thought. So my plan is, if there's nobody in my way by the time I want to do this, I can just tumble through this creature's space and just run to Tobin.
Real talk, this could hide anywhere in here because it's complete dark down here.
Then how does he have a shadow?
Oh shit, you're right.
Everything's a shadow in the dark, Raymond. Don't you know that? Shut up.
I have a very good feeling my great axe isn't going to do anything, so I want to. I think this is too many actions.
You got a cleric on your team, and they're typically good against.
That's why I want to move out of the way. So I think this is my plan. I think my plan is to move down here. I'm going to move to this space. Now I need to put away my great axe, which is an action, and then pulling out my weapon is another action. Meaning I can't ready an action. Sorry. Pull out my war flail.
It's one action to put the axe away unless you're just going to drop it.
And then put in another action to pull out my...
Yeah.
Right, exactly. I think that's the plan then. I'm not going to be able to ready an action. But I do want to move out of the way so that Tobin can get down here, or Yosef can run, and then I can just follow behind him.
I forgot to also mention, I'm so sorry, Jake. You are in drained 1. No, enfeebled 1, so your strength is 1 lower.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. Missed it. It doesn't mechanically change what your attack was, though.
So yeah, that's going to be my plan. My plan is to move and then pull out my magical weapon, giving Tobin a foot. So when it does become revealed, Tobin, it hopefully isn't. It isn't compromised because my giant fat body is standing in the way. Actually, I'm very skinny, but my hobgoblin body isn't in his way.
Massive.
And I'm clutching my war flail, whispering to it, or hopefully attack it next time.
Angrily whispering.
Yeah, I'm so mad.
Yeah, from Yosef's perspective, you just got angry and then walked away.
I'm hiding behind a wall. You're like, oh, he's gonna jump out, give him the spookily wookilies.
He's just gonna hide. Ooga booga booga.
And that's it. Take it away, Tobin.
All right. So Tobin, having realized that this thing is undead and not having his moonbeam anymore, he's going to cast Heal at a 3 action, which is a 30-foot burst.
Oh, and Yosef's just inside.
Yep. Yep. That's
Give it to me, healing daddy.
Moving. And it's 1d10 since I took that feat. So here we go.
Watch him roll a 1, and I'll laugh.
It is a 10. I rolled a 10. Everybody gets healed for 10.
You hear something at your feet. Yosef go... as it takes damage from this healing burst, and it's visible again.
Oh my goodness! Look at Tobin! Tobin's a spot boy. That's all I can do, though. That was my entire round.
Oh man, can you guys kill it though before it gets back around to its turn?
Solus. As soon as this happens, Yosef looks up at you and makes eye contact and smiles.
All right. I suppose we're fighting this.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to drop my shield, run up to it, and try to trip it.
Okay. Bold move.
Sweep the leg, Solus.
Go for it.
Okay. Is there a bonus because I'm flanking?
No.
Okay.
It's flat-footed.
That is a 4 for 14.
So I got to ask you, are you? Does your weapon have a ghost touch rune?
No, it does not.
You can't trip it. So just passes through its legs.
Okay.
Live and learn.
Am I able to hit it at all with my weapon?
Yes, you are, but you cannot trip it.
Okay, then...
You didn't try to trip with your weapon, though. You tried to trip with your free
my hand. Yes.
Doesn't matter. Your hand isn't ghost touch either.
Okay. Then the next thing I'm going to try to do...
smoke, grabbing nothing.
...is I'm going to cast Lay on Hands.
Ooh.
Oh.
Good thing I moved.
With the power of God, the blood of the martyrs compels you.
So that's an unarmed attack, right?
It is a touch. You have to make a fortitude save.
Okay, cool. All right. This thing does not have a good fort save.
Yep. So you take 1d6 positive damage, and you have to make a save.
I rolled a 16.
That is a success. So you just take the damage.
Okay, so roll the damage.
Okay. My hand glistening with holy light, I reach out and give it a pat on the back for 3 damage.
Not too bad, not too bad. It did something. It did something. Not a lot of something, but it did something. You see where you touched it. It's like a burst, like a chunk out of just poof, and then recoalesces.
I imagine it looks like when you touch somebody with a sunburn.
Yeah.
Turns white there.
It turns white and then goes back to red a couple seconds later. Totally. I can dig it.
Like a lobster boil.
All right. Yosef, can you save yourself? You're up.
I've got no other option. It's time to hang and bang on this bitch. I've got nowhere to run. It's just time to hit this thing, okay? Natural 19!
Yes.
Nice.
For a 26.
Oh,
That's a hit, buddy.
Okay. All right, I'm going to just roll my damage in down in Foundry 'cause that's easier. Plus a d6.
Oh, money.
17 points of damage.
Wow.
As you hit it, the holy symbol of Pharasma in your spike chain glows with an intense light, and it bursts into flecks of shadow stuff and falls to the ground. It is gone.
We made it through with Yosef.
Nice.
He's still alive, and we actually came out ahead.
Yeah, right.
We're all healed now too.
Right?
Completely.
As it speckles and falls to the ground, what's left of this dark energy, Yosef will just have the chain retract into his arm and look down solemnly. Say, it is for her to judge, not me.
Nice. Badass, guys. I was convinced that something bad was going to happen.
I
can't wait to tell Alex that she
Honestly-
saved my life tonight.
Honestly, the fact that I rolled a natural 1 on initiative saved Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a lot worse if
Because I would have been able to just wham, wham, wham. I just would have hit you twice and then snuck into your shadow to stay alive.
If I was even still conscious, I had only 15 HP. If you
Right,
would have hit
I know.
me more than once, like that would have been a really bad fight.
Yeah, so these are a little bit different from 1E shadows. So 1E shadows are a notoriously awful low-level enemy. Anytime they hit you, they drain strength rather than actually directly damage you. And if you drop down to 0 strength, you die and you become a shadow.
Oh, is that? Oh, that is.
Yeah, you die and you come back as a shadow immediately. Now this steals your shadow, and if you hit Enfeebled 4, because every time it hits you, it steals a bit of your shadow. If you hit Enfeebled 4, it creates a shadow creature from you. That is another shadow that spawns as Clumsy 3. So it's got a lower to hit, but then if you die while your shadow is stolen, this shadow becomes a full shadow and loses the Clumsy condition.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, while you were explaining that, I charged my moonbeam. that was a really good explanation, Trevor. I have moonbeam back.
Be careful or you'll cast a moon shadow.
Okay, so now that we are not being harried by the undead, I would like to just investigate this room that we're in fully. I haven't triggered any traps while I was running away from this creature.
No.
So it's safe to assume that there are none here. I would like to search this room.
And I would like to inspect where the shadow died.
Yeah, right.
See if there's anything there.
There's nothing left.
Oh, okay.
I had my needle and thread out for nothing.
Oh, you mean there's nothing left of the creature? Okay.
Nothing left of the creature.
Okay.
Just for what it's worth, I explicitly want to start, or at least focus this investigation that I'm doing, exactly where the shadow came from. This alcove over here.
Okay. Doesn't really seem to be anything of note. There are some placards here that you can't really make out what any of them said. They've kind of worn away with age. It looks like things may have chipped them away, torn off some of the metal from the plaque. You saw those engineers that were kind of just cobbling things together. It looks like they were scavenging things from all over.
Gotcha.
So there's really no way of knowing who would have been here. But the sarcophagi themselves are made from a very, very fine worked stone that does not appear to have been damaged. So you could surmise that it's a very hard, very strong stone.
Okay. But they're just statues.
Yes.
Okay. Weird. It's different rock than what the Gauntlight itself seems to be made out of.
Yes.
Very nice and smooth. I wonder what the significance of this is. There's 6 of them, 3 on each side. And what do the statues look like? Are they similar to what she looked like? Are they also bank tellers?
So if you start looking, you notice, only one of them is sealed. The rest of them, it's like the face of it's just sitting there, half of it. So the only one that's sealed is the one, so retconning a little bit, is the one where the thing stepped out from.
The only sarcophagus that was sealed was the one that it stepped out of?
Yes.
So it is no longer sealed, question mark?
It is sealed still.
Oh.
But the other ones are just, the whole sarcophagus is there, but it's like the lid is leaning up against the other one of the base.
Okay. I want to open this
What are you laughing about,
sarcophagus.
Todd?
I was just thinking, Tobin saw that. It's like, keep an eye out for her, kids. The MILF invasion has begun.
God.
Well, this is also making Yosef think that there might be like 5 other shadows somewhere on this floor. So, something to think about. I want to open the sarcophagus.
All right, as you pry it open, you get kind of a sour smell. Not really decay, but
Stale air.
Stale air. There is a desiccated corpse in there that, if you squint right, you can see that that's what the shadow looked like. And there is like a lapel pin of the mossy skull insignia.
Oh.
And
I assume to be the American flag.
Follower of Nimbleoth.
And she's got in the front pocket of it, there's like a little tiny book sticking out of it.
Yosef's face is going to curl and recoil in disgust upon seeing the pendant of Nimbleoth, but then remembers what he literally just said to the shadow before it dissipated. It's not his place to judge.
Chick tracks.
So he... No!
Damn it, Joe.
I didn't hear what he said, and I don't
Chick
think I want to.
I said chick tracks.
I don't know what that is. Oh, God.
They're little...
Tracks. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Exactly. Jesus. That's what yeah. So I'm going to take her shitty comic book out of her shirt pocket.
It says the empty death wants you to join the ranks.
Did you know Jesus rode a raptor?
Chick tracks.
That's what it says? Or are you fucking around? Or?
No, looks like a little appointment notebook, and there's really nothing that you could pick out of note. But this person was important to the household. If you go through and start looking through these things, it's like all of
the other
Belcorra's appointments. So this person would have been, in all likelihood, her majordomo. So her head, essentially, attendant.
Her Pepper Potts.
Yeah,
Killed her Pepper
exactly.
Potts.
Major domo. So she was just in charge of keeping this castle functioning?
Pretty much, yeah. She was in charge of the servants and the help and whatnot.
So this was an important
God,
thing.
now this place is going to become a shithole.
You do notice that down on the south side here, you can see very clearly from this side that there is a secret entrance that is meant to be secret from the other side, not this side.
But we haven't, metagaming, we haven't been over to where this even opens.
No, you haven't. But, well, I mean, you would expect that you haven't, because you came pretty much due west from when you entered this place.
Just out of curiosity, I'm going to walk over here.
Where is over here, Joe?
Sorry, just oh god, right there. I'm just gonna walk immediately to the west, and I'm gonna look at the sarcophagus that's already been opened. I'm gonna kind of look inside.
Yeah, I'm curious.
It's completely clean. There's nothing in there.
Oh, no corpse at all.
No corpse at all.
Huh? Do I see anything weird?
No. Looks like it just was never used.
Yosef would wait, never used?
Never used. 5 sarcophagus, never used.
But she was...
It's the happiest short story ever
There was
written.
only the
That's
one
nice.
that was still sealed. Or that was sealed.
Yeah.
And that was...
So this one's open.
Yeah, this one's open. This one was never used.
So either this was meant for all of her housekeepers when they died, or only she died and the rest escaped, perhaps? Or...
You know what I'm thinking is that the top of this thing would make a really wicked sled.
Perhaps we shouldn't be rummaging around the remains of the dead.
Well, as you can see, there's no remains of the dead here, so there's no problem.
There's really nothing here. There's a lot of questions here. I wonder if the rest of the attendants died elsewhere. If she's already been sealed, this leads us to believe that she died before Belcorra did, no?
Do we know how shades are made? Not like how they procreate, but like how they're made initially? Would this be part of a ritual or something?
I'm curious about that myself.
In first edition, they were remnants of extreme and intense suffering.
Well, I mean, Belcorra's household attendants.
You ever been a maid?
She wasn't a maid, though.
She was a major domo.
Here's a HMFIC.
Tovin did rock that check earlier, so I
He
guess
didn't.
he would know.
He just succeeded. He didn't rock it.
Yeah. No.
So does he know?
No.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just grasping at straws based on knowledge from a previous engine.
That being said, because of the way that I roll these checks, I actually roll checks for all of you at the beginning of these things. And whenever you say, oh, I'm going to do a religion check, I use the number that I rolled. Meta makes it easier for me, and I don't care. Yosef, you crit succeeded when you did your religion check on this thing. Yeah. You would know that they are created from either extreme suffering or from a intensely evil but otherwise mundane individual that died.
Like a major domo.
Yeah, this leads me to believe that it's the latter rather than the
Like a
former.
major dickhead.
Likely.
I'm very confused. So I'm guessing... So she's incorporeal. Metagaming, can they pass through doors?
I mean, any incorporeal, yes, can pass through things.
Why has she been down here this whole time?
So what, she like just not
She
hashtag
guarding
no clip
something?
and
Do they
hang
tend to
out?
act out the behaviors of their life? You know, like some other undead constructions do?
They're intelligent undead. They're not mindless. Shadows are intelligent.
Yeah, she came after us.
So what's she doing?
Honestly, is she guarding something?
Like a purple
I mean,
worm?
she may feel guardianship to the whole building because that was her job. Maybe she recognized intruders and was like, "That's not."
If it's the whole building, she's terrible at it because we've gone through a lot of the building. I get the feeling she was good at her job.
Jake, when you were down farther, did you see another way up past over there to go?
I did. There is a door over here, evidently.
Because she's guarding what's beyond.
Can you open
the
door, GM?
Sure, if you guys want to venture into this next room.
I
Sure,
will, now
we
that I have
sure
Moonbeam.
Excellent. Here we go. We're going to pop this secret door open. It's very apparent that there's a secret door from this side.
Bill's eyes were raging black, and he comes back. What the fuck happened? I missed all
Oh, God.
that.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, God.
What
What is this?
Yosef, I don't see fully what's in there. What do you see?
A skeleton and a lot of blood.
So it's apparent that this room was once a kitchen. But the furnishings have now been rebuilt and repositioned, and they've created an improvised shrine of sorts in here. The western end of the hall, where there was once a large fireplace for cooking, it's now an altar. And looming over a human corpse is a towering statue in a feminine shape made of bones, covered in sheets of molding cloth and hanging moss.
Oh, no.
There's a bare spot on the north wall of the room that's been decorated with mud and blood to depict that same feminine form. that's in the statue. This corpse is fresh.
Oh,
Aren't we looking for corpses? Not corpses.
I don't know if we're looking for corpses, but I was looking for people.
Mm-hmm.
Yosef gets deathly quiet and will just make eye contact with Solus and, like, kind of cock his head in the direction of the room and be like, there's somebody dead in here.
And Solus is going to draw his sword and shield.
Solus doesn't see because there's 4 people standing between you, and everyone's like, huh?
I will step in, but tread carefully.
I'm going to draw my spike chain and just approach the corpse.
Okay. Nothing happens. It's just laying there.
I'm going to flip it over, assuming it's...
As you flip it over, you recognize its shirt has been kind of cut open, ripped open, and on its left front of its shoulder, there's a tattoo of a bird. And you immediately recognize this as a member of the Osprey Club.
Okay, so Tovin's going to come in and look at this thing. Is there anything on this thing's person, on this corpse's person, that I could read object?
Oh, that's a good question. There's nothing on the person.
Okay.
No treasure. I mean, but his clothes are on him.
Yeah, well, that should be enough. Yeah, so Tovin's going to disrespectfully disrobe this
Whoa,
flayed
what are you
corpse.
doing?
Hey,
Knock that off.
Yes.
He's in a fever dream, not answering anybody. He's going to gather all the clothes up and hold them close to his chest. He's going to cast object reading.
I will attack you.
So are you casting this at your
first level.
1?
Yeah, first level. That's all.
Okay, so what's the time frame we can get info on?
1 week.
Well, we're still within the first week, which is neat. I think it's only been 4 days have passed since these people disappeared.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got a fucking reek in here.
It does. It's disgusting. It's like not enough to make you sickened, but you would recognize that the smell is rotting flesh.
It's been 4 days since they disappeared?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't these guys there to help find the shopkeep? What?
No, they just came on their own.
No, these guys, they're part of the Osprey Club, and they came with...
Kashyyyk, you
so
weren't
this
here
is
for this.
not Heilbrook, though.
No.
But this is one of the Goonies that came with him.
Right, this is one of... Okay.
Kyle.
Okay.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle and
Oh,
Heilbrook.
Kyle. Yeah.
So
This was
Heilbrook.
It's sad.
He loved to go fishing.
are you trying to, do you want to concentrate on a single event or an emotional event? Like, what are you trying to concentrate on?
I want
to
to concentrate on how he ended up here. Like, how did he end up going from breathing to not breathing? How did he become Sans person?
So if you're focusing on that, what you can see is you can close your eyes and you start to get impressions more than anything. You can surmise that was when they were gathered around the fire, telling stories, talking about all the money they're going to make from things that they find in the Gauntlight. And then you feel fear, a shadow looming overhead, desperation, cold wetness into the water, confusion. They can't see where they are. They're sloshing in the water. And then bony, cold hands grab him and drag him to a cell a few hours later. These are just regular humans, so they don't have any dark vision. It's complete darkness for them. More loud noises, shuffling. He gets drugged from the cell, goes through several doors, ends up in this room. He has his throat slashed and left here as a sacrifice.
My next question was, what, using maybe a religion check, I'm assuming this is some sort of effigy to, oh my goodness, the mossy skull.
Nimbleoff?
Yes.
Well, we could do a religion if you want to.
Yeah, let's do it, because I want to know what's going on here. I want to know.
I will as well.
All right. I got it for you. All right, so, Tovin, you don't really recognize this as anything. But Yosef, while you investigate, you would assume that this divinity isn't any well-known goddess, but it's a cult of some sort to some creature that you're not familiar with. But you could, connecting the dots together based on the portrait that you saw, they're attempting to create the form of Belcorra.
Oh.
And they're worshiping something that you would recognize as generally Belcorra. You don't know how they would know this.
We have a good idea.
Yosef will lean down towards Kyle's face and do that dramatic movie thing where he just takes his two fingers and closes the eyes.
And like in real life, they never close.
I know. I was not gonna fucking yuck my own yum there, but thanks, Todd.
They're just gonna no. You
in
do
Galarian,
it over and
they
over
do.
and
So
over
shut
again.
the fuck up.
You do it over and over again. They just keep popping open.
You're not God. And close the eyes. I want to come back to him, but only when we're ready to leave, because I am perturbed by this door. Oh,
you don't want to search the effigy?
I mean, I guess there's a dead body in here, and then there's another place we haven't gone yet. Like this, in what I'm
There's
guessing
two
to be a
places.
dead end.
We
Yeah,
see two
but
doors.
I'm guessing that this leads back to the hallway over here, because there's almost nothing in between there and us.
Where we initially came down, you mean?
Yeah. Yes, it's to our east a little bit. So I would like to... We've not been quiet, so I'm going to disparage with any idea of stealth as we look over this body, and I'm going to just open this door.
So are you going to look through the altar or anything like that, or are you just going to move on?
I'm going to open this door and see that there's nothing immediately outside, and then I'm going to investigate.
All right. So you start
Meanwhile,
looking
Kashak
around.
walks in. He's like, "What the fuck is all this?"
Kashak, please show some respect for the dead.
What? It's not dead. It's a piece of fucking performance art. Somebody put an art installation involving this poor creature's skeleton. You guys are worried about preserving the sanctity of the damn thing. It's been dead for 4 days, and it was obviously already desecrated. What exactly are we trying to preserve here? Can someone dig a fucking hole?
Kyle was a man! He loved fishing and hated drywall, and I will not tolerate any more disrespect.
What the hell is drywall? Also, how do you know who this is? Additionally, can we dig a hole or something? It stinks in here.
To answer all of those questions, fuck off.
What? I feel your aggression is misplaced.
I know who he is because of the tattoo. He's part of the Osprey Club.
Why you not?
Did he have that headdress on?
Why you know
Because
that
he's alive?
tattoo? No, it is a local thieves. I forget. You're not from town, right? You're from under it.
I'm from under it. I don't know anything about the
Okay. All right. So above ground, a bunch of the humans together have a thieves guild where they target travelers to Otari and rough them up and steal some of their money. They're called the Osprey Club. You could tell because of this, and he points to the tattoo on his shoulder.
More decomposing flesh. I'm sure he feels fantastic about getting that tattoo now that he's rotting.
I don't think he feels much of anything, but please,
So what are we having respect about?
just a proper burial. It makes their transition into the boneyard easier.
You know who's really good at this is Solus.
I know that you don't understand the intricacies of loss and death, but if you would like to go fuck around with the statue instead, you can do that if you're not going to respect what I believe. Just go look through some fucking bones while I
I'm
actually
not
do a prayer and
disrespecting
something
what
useful.
you believe. I'm simply pointing out the difference between respecting a dead
Right.
person
Go look through the bones.
and yeah, obviously. Thank you.
These are the interactions I've been waiting for.
So Kashak's gonna go through the altar.
Well, he just wants to figure out what this is exactly, right? And sort of examine the thing. Because there's, so they just propped it up and put a bunch of flowers there for... It's an effigy?
Well, he also keeps saying they, and I'm not sure we know who they are.
Well, it was obviously someone.
I'm not speaking in character. I mean, like, me meta, I don't know what that's... Are you implying the mushroom men, or are you being intentionally vague?
I'm being
The
intentionally
mushroom
vague. I have zero idea.
No,
who
I
would
meant
have done
Trevor.
this. Oh,
I'm
it had to be
implying
more than
nothing.
one.
I know that. Well, okay, that's what I needed to know.
okay.
Yeah, no, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know who did this and why they killed him, but I'm willing to bet it was the mushroom-eyed creatures, if I had to take a guess. But then, why the fuck are they worshipping Belcorra? Maybe you'll find out when you look through the bones.
Perhaps. So, Kashak is going to look behind him a little bit sheepishly, and he'll make a little sign of Apsu.
It's the flying butterfly.
Yeah, right over his chest.
The side of
Also, Wu-Tang, right?
Kashak's from the fucking hood.
Oh, Apsu confirmed as ODB.
Did we just get taken through the 36 chambers of death?
So he'll, show some respect and then proceed to kind of examine the thing. And he's not like just grabbing the skull and tossing it over his shoulder, right? Like he's showing respect, but he doesn't. There has to be a meaning to this, and he wants to discover it.
We're watching you.
So there's nothing that you immediately recognize beyond what Yosef has already surmised, that this is meant to be an effigy in some way of Belcorra. He's not really sure. You're not really sure how whoever built this would know who Belcorra is, since she's been dead for 500 years.
What's the thing in front of it?
So that's an altar entirely. And there's a corpse in front of it. But as you look at the altar, you see that there are some offerings that have been left. There's a bloodstone worth about 10 gold.
Ooh.
Wow.
And there's a glowing +1 weapon potency rune.
Ooh.
You recognize immediately. And there's a sickly green glowing gem there that looks like it may be able to be inscribed on a weapon. But without a check of some sort, I can't really tell you what it is.
Yosef's rat brain is going fucking haywire with that rock.
Shiny.
Excuse me. I realize that we're not supposed to do anything with this body, and I won't disturb it any further, but it appears that they've left some sort of offerings here. This appears to be a bloodstone. And then this, I guess, is a potency rune for a weapon. And then he's going to take like a sprig of something, like a stick, and poke this green thing. And he'll be like, and this is, I think, I could swear that I remember reading something about it in a book.
Kashak, you recognize it. In addition, Yosef also recognizes it. This is a fear gem.
Oh, it's a fear gem.
I know what that is. I don't know what that is.
Okay, so a fear gem is a type of consumable talisman, like we had earlier, the wolf fang.
Yeah.
That you can attach to your weapon. And when you activate the gem, you get to use Intimidating Strike as if you had the fighter feat Intimidating Strike. Just one time.
Bill,
I think would do really well with this is Mr. Thwomp. If I touch it, will it hurt it?
No. But he would have to attach it to a single weapon, affix it to a single
Very
weapon.
carefully, I'm going to pick it up and turn around, and I'll be like, Mr. Thwomp, this is a fear gem. If you attach it to your weapon, it will give some sort of intimidating strike, but you need to attach it to your weapon in order to use it, and it will only work once.
Yeah, like my wolf thing.
Yeah, so you would have to
Precisely.
activate it. It's a 2 action to activate it, and you get to use the Intimidating Strike as if it was the feat. And if you want to real quick know what Intimidating Strike is, you make a melee strike. If you hit and deal damage, the target is frightened 1 or frightened 2 on a critical hit. So it's like a free demoralize if you hit.
Okay.
Really good.
Sweet.
Really good.
It is. It's
stop
great
for raging.
Perfect for
The blacksmith's already making me one weapon. I'll have him make another.
Well, no, this is just something you attach to the weapon. It's
I don't have to
one-use-
have somebody attach
No,
it for me?
it's like you have it on the handle. Like imagine it's like
Okay.
a keychain that
Okay.
attaches to your handle, and then when it gets used, it disappears.
It's like a cell phone charm.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Also, explicitly, for what it's worth, Keshik, I don't think it particularly matters messing with this one skeleton all too much. Preferably, if I had more time, I would just like to take it upstairs along with the body and bury it separately. 1, to get rid of the shrine, and 2, every body deserves a proper burial.
I see. Well, let's see if we can find some burlap or something to help transport it up the stairs, because I certainly don't want to try to drag an entire skeleton up 32 flights of stairs into the Gauntlight and then across the
Of course,
marsh.
I have a 7 strength right now. I'm not carrying shit.
I can carry it if need be. It's okay.
Who needs a burlap sack when you got hands like these?
Ooh, look at them mitts.
Billion life.
Thwomp.
These hands.
These
That man can
hands.
grab that skull like he's palming a ball. Hot damn.
Now, I wasn't going to ask you because it's really stinky. But if you wouldn't mind, Bill, on the way out, I would appreciate it.
Anything
And
for you,
there
buddy.
are next of kin in town who are going to want to hear about
How
this.
many of them are there?
Just this one so
Just
far.
this one. Okay.
Do we need to do something to document this individual? What?
Bring him back to town.
To town?
Yes.
Can we just bring the head? That just seems like it'd be a lot.
No,
What if we
have-
just
we're
cut off
going to
that
bring
piece
the
of the
entire-
skin with the tattoo on it?
Okay, no. There are,
I mean, we could dismember him
I'll
now,
take
and then we
I'll
can each
take an
take a
arm and a
piece.
leg, and I'll tie
And then
it
I
in
can
a
put him
knot.
back together when
Yosef
we
will
get back
put
to town.
both of his hands up and he'll point it to open. He's like, I understand that you're not from this plane. And then he points at Kasha. He's like, I understand you're not from this town.
I'm from
But
here.
believe me, if we bring back just a piece of him, they're not going to like it.
No, I'm saying we bring back all the pieces, but each of us individually.
No, I
we,
don't.
No,
no,
we give them
no,
Kyle
some
some assembly
no,
required.
you are just into sewing and cutting up things, and I'm not going to entertain the idea of you using a fallen compatriot as practice. There's plenty of other dead people.
How dare you put me at the same level of this ruffian?
Yosef's going to get real
Exactly.
serious and look at you in the eye real quick, and he's like, for what it's worth, Kashek, I knew him a hell of a lot better than I know you.
Indeed.
And I have questions about that, so...
Well, you
let's
should
just
know
say-
more small people so you can drag them back to town easier, because apparently you do it by the dozen.
I mean, nowadays, everybody seems to keep dying.
Well,
You guys fighting, and Bill's moving to the top left room.
Billiam, please.
Billiam's
Mr. Thumb,
like,
wait.
I remember when my parents used to fight like this. He
Goes and hides in a closet.
He goes
Yosef, what normal course of action do you take to move these individuals
It
back to
depends
town?
on. I mean, so for what it's worth, I'm just a follower for Asma, and
Devoutly,
it is in my belief.
obviously.
It is in my perspective, or my idea, or my ideals. Sorry, common's not the first language. That to make the transition from life to death easier, they need the proper burial. Proper burial provides guidance because the boneyard is not the final destination. It is just a pit stop before you are sent to where you're actually supposed to go. And it is a long and harrowing journey for some. And it is inherently more difficult if parts of their corporeal being are scattered here and fro that make it harder for their spiritual self to be together. That's all I care about.
So, do you want us to bury him here? Or do you want us to bring him back to town? Because one of those is prohibitively difficult and the other one is relatively easy.
I believe that if we bring him outside, or what I'm thinking is that if we were to tell somebody, that we wouldn't have to carry him all the way back to town. Somebody might come and get him, his family, next of kin, guards from town, something.
We have
But-
an enormous gentleman here who would help us.
We just can't leave him down here.
Yeah, I don't like asking Bill to work so hard, and
It's okay. I have to pay off my debts to you guys.
Well, the good
All right,
news
your
is that
copay.
the skull is going to hit a lot fewer stairs if he carries him than if I carry him.
that's fair.
I don't mind carrying him, just not.
Billy, if you want to get the head, I can get the legs.
Again, I can make
I
this
think
easier
I
for
could
everyone.
just carry him. All.
Well, it's sort of dead weight.
Wait,
I understand where you're coming from, though. It absolutely makes sense, Tovin. I mean, I could carry a good thigh and calf, no problem.
I think I got him, guys.
a quick question before we... I'm just wondering, friends, I think it might be best if we just head back to town now. I'm getting a bad feeling about this. I'm still hurt. I don't feel good. And we've been down here for hours. The smell is getting to me, and I don't feel comfortable in this place without this Nimbaloth symbol. It bothers me. I would just rather
the
grab the
smell's
body.
bad,
and
but
leave.
we got to bring the body back. I wonder where the smell's coming from. This is going to be tough.
I think we should leave. Kashak's getting
have-
sassy.
Kashik needs a nap. We've been down here for
Kashak
too
needs a
long.
Snickers.
I've been out of spells for 48 hours.
You know what? You're right. Bill picks up the body. Bill grabs it and throws him over
like
his shoulder.
a sack of potatoes.
I'm going to grab the bucket from the corner and kind of sweep some of his leftovers in there and carry him up like I'm helping.
They're going to bury
called
what's left of
gristle.
you in a soup can.
Bill has him over his shoulder.
Has anybody added our loot, by the way, to the party
Yeah, I did.
thing?
I did.
All right.
Can you add one Kyle?
How many bulk is that?
Actually, there are rules for that, but it's well within Ray's carrying limits.
He can carry like
Well,
6
with Bill-
bodies, right?
Yeah, Billiam could carry easily 2 or 3 people. without a lot of issue.
How much does a kidney go for on the Otari black market?
The more that you describe Bill's physique, you just got you must be like farmer strong.
Yeah, Bill looks. He's
Where do you
lanky.
think he met Yvette?
Yeah,
Farmersonly.com, man.
Bill is very lanky.
City people
but
just don't get it.
He's one of those people where people are like, I got that, and then he lifts it, and you're like, holy, where do you get that strength? How it is.
Deep within.
So Bill throws him over his shoulder, and are we going back the way we came?
Yes. It's the safe route, I hope. And yeah, I believe we're going to start making our way out of here. Do you just want to drag us out of the... Would it be easier?
So you're going to head towards...
Yeah, we're going to go to town.
Head back to town? All right,
Yep.
Should we shut that door before we leave? Do you think it matters?
Yes, actually, I will. And Yosef's going to shut this door. So nothing is askew and out of place.
Cool.
Bye, Solus!
Except for the missing body.
All right, so I'm going to hand wave you getting out of Gauntlight because I have no horrible beasties planned for you at this juncture.
Oh, I wanted to stop by the Belcorra blood pool.
You guys make your way back out into the fog fen. And it's dark now.
Shit.
Yosef, you're feeling better. Your enfeebled has worn off now.
Oh, cool.
So you're no longer weakened by your interaction with the shadow.
On our way up, I'm looking for like tapestries or like blankets or anything I could possibly grab to make it easier on Billiam to carry this carcass so that it doesn't just fall apart as he's carrying it from point A to point B.
Nowhere. There are some like rank, nasty tapestries that are kind of rotten and moldering in the room that has the secret door that you guys came down in. So you could grab one of those off the wall.
Yeah,
You could use
Billiam,
that.
can we let's wrap him up for some dignity.
I want to wrap him up, and then I want to tie him at the end of my great axe, and then hold him like I'm carrying a picnic.
Like a hobo.
Oh yeah, and Toby's got thread
Like
and a
like
needle. This is
yeah.
perfect.
I want to carry him like he's like.
Can
a
you
little
whistle
picnic.
songs about riding the rails?
Yeah,
the
I
entire
want
way
to
back?
whistle "Song of the South" all the way back.
2 hours of pushing broom by 12 forward.
God.
So you guys make your way out of the Gauntlight. You're starting to make your way out of the fog fen, and you hear something. You hear some sloshing.
Oh.
Heavy footsteps through the muck and the mire, and you hear some shouting. We've got to be close. We're supposed to be here. It's guided us this far. We're nearly there.
I look around to make sure everybody hears that. I'm like,
Get down, get low.
Right, Bill,
apple bottom
And go
jeans.
Get
From the
low.
window to the wall.
To the wall. You hear this sloshing and ruckus, like something's making its way from off the beaten path. And you see kind of off in the distance somebody holding up a torch, like just a raw flame. And they're wearing these dark, moth-eaten robes. A pair of them. And they're like, the empty death that's guided us this far, it will not fail us now. We must be close to where we need be. And we'll see you next week.
Oh,
Who the fuck is that?
My,
Yeah,
I know.
I have an
It's
idea.
a cult.
they're more cultists.
Yes.
The fucking Gauntlight is attracting cultists to Bimbeloff.
And werewolves, apparently.
Yeah.
Let's not forget about that.
I thought it was gonna be the
Yosef
werewolf.
is pissed. I want
I
to.
thought it was too.
Roll for Intent uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc. Used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Roll for Intent is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Characters and original storylines are the property of Roll for Intent. Music for this podcast provided by Dark Fantasy RPG Studio. Michael Gilvey, Kevin McLeod, and Tabletop Audio. Visit our website at rollforintent.com. Any questions or suggestions, email us at mailroom@rollforintent.com.